I wasn't born with anxiety. I didn't land on anxiety. Anxiety landed on me. And I remember exactly when it was. And I want to share my story and my perspective on anxiety as far as my life is concerned. And also, I believe I've possibly found a real cure for it. So, just to start things off the right way, I do actually suffer from something that's called chronic anxiety. And it basically means that I have anxiety attacks a couple of times per day. I used to have panic attacks, but I don't anymore. I still do have problems with my breathing and my heart feeling immense pressure throughout the day. And so that's something that I'm still struggling with. It's all in my head, but it's probably mostly genetic, so thank you, Dad. My dad also has anxiety issues, but I don't blame him. It's not more his fault than it is mine. I don't use medication, and it's not because it doesn't work, it's because it works a bit too well. Valium and Xanax are very effective pills, but because they work so well, they don't really solve the problem. They just sort of put the problems in a resting position, but they always come back when the pills wear off. When I was about 13 years old, my grades got me into a better and more prestigious school, and I thought my dream had come true. At the time, I wanted to become a doctor, and this school was gonna be my ticket to it. It was my shot, but little did I know, this school would develop a lifelong journey towards depression and anxiety. I suppose I've always been a sensitive child, but this school changed everything. It changed me. So before that, I was just a kid, an immigrant like a lot of other kids. I was Polish in a Swedish school, but because there were so many groups like Swedes or Arabs, we all sort of just fit together. Sure, we had fights and issues, but we were still all on the same level. It didn't really matter if you were Swedish, Polish, dark-skinned, we were all the same. And I really liked that, and sometimes I miss it. But I got into this really nice school, and it was sort of a fancy school, you know, with rich kids, and I never felt like I belonged. I was always like the outsider. Now, they didn't tease me or harass me in any way, but I always felt like I wasn't part of the class. They were rich and I was poor. Nothing original about that. But also, they were actually very smart, and I felt like I was a lot smarter than my old class, but this new class, I felt super stupid. You see, I wasn't into math and science, but I pushed myself really hard just to stay alive there. And it progressed into my adulthood life, and I've been on my toes ever since, being scared of not being good enough and always worried, always fearing the worst. I've always been oversensitive. The sky is never just blue to me. It's emotional and magical, and it affects my feelings drastically. Can't help it. Nothing I've chosen to be. I've always just been that way. And in combination with my fears and feelings about not being enough, my life has pretty much been a roller coaster of breathing exercises and running away from life. Now, I don't want to sound like an expert, because I'm not. And I don't want to sound pessimistic, but that is not my intention either. However, on some level, I don't think anxiety is something in my head that can be fixed by reading a book or going to therapy, because I've read many books and I've been to therapy for years. Oh, and by the way, it's important that you understand that just because it didn't work on my anxiety, it doesn't mean it won't work for yours. I also don't think anxiety is a chemical imbalance, so I don't believe pills are the answer. I think anxiety is something you are born with, and you can't pretend that you don't have it. That will not make it go away. I do, however, believe that you can learn to live with it, but you will probably never be fully free from it. And I know that sounds very pessimistic, but again, that's not why I'm saying it. Ignoring anxiety makes it a lot worse. The more you accept it, the easier it feels. But I'm also thinking that maybe anxiety can be a good thing, just incorrectly used. For whatever reason, we are born with it. This oversensitive survival instinct that kicks in and makes life unbearable. What if all we need to do is to learn to use it better? I get anxiety when I'm in situations where I don't feel safe and comfortable. On an airplane, when I'm stressed, when I'm in a meeting with my boss. But what if my anxiety tells me something about myself? Very early in our lives, when we are born, we develop instincts, gut feelings, and we trust them. But somewhere along the line, we stop listening to those gut feelings. We ignore them because that's what growing up means. Forcing yourself to push forward no matter what you are feeling inside. And this is where the anxiety becomes a problem for those who have it. So what I've done recently is I've tried to not ignore my anxiety, not doing breathing exercises or tricking my mind into thinking about something else. Instead, I really try to listen to my inner gut. Problem with anxiety is that those feelings and thoughts are usually extremely exaggerated, because what started as gut feelings became embellished to get our attention. You fear going into a meeting with your boss because you think you're gonna get fired and you will lose your home and end up on the streets and everybody thinks you're a loser. Sounds familiar, right? That's the length our inner guts go through to get our attention. Now, medicines and breathing exercises and even therapy seem to be about finding ways to ignoring anxiety, making it invisible without actually solving it. So again, what if we stop looking at anxiety as something bad and start to listen to it instead? Could the solution be that simple? No, it will require a lot of hard work. But is it worth it? I don't know, but I'm going to find out. What do you think? Do you think it's worth trying to fix in your life? Okay, if you enjoyed this video, there are a couple of ways how you can support this journey. I do have a Patreon page where I have exclusive content. Hello Patreons! So this is going to be the first behind the scenes video that I wanted to show, and it's a great way to keep this channel as ad-free and sponsor-free as possible. And I also do have Instagram in case YouTube fails to notify you about new content on my channel. It's not YouTube's fault, but there is a lot of feed out there and videos get easily lost. Speaking of, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. I'm not gonna publish a lot of videos. It's like one video per week, that's it. And finally, I just wanna say super thanks for watching and listening. It means a lot to me, a lot more than you will ever know. I never take this for granted. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for all the messages and comments on this channel. It really means a lot to me. Okay, I'm gonna take off now, but before I do, I wanna wish you a fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care.